Hi YouTube. Today, this is a Matching 98 channel. Today I'm gonna do a blog, or vlog you could say, on what started me to move to Xbox. It's about 10 years now. About 10 years ago, I moved to Xbox. Well, not 10 years ago I moved to Xbox. It was about three to 4 or 5 years ago. Well, it was about 3 years ago. It was about 3 years ago I moved to Xbox. Good times on the PlayStation. And if you're a PlayStation fanboy, don't watch this. Because I was a PlayStation fanboy. And till I found out something. It was about the year 2006. I got my first PlayStation 2 Slim. Brand new, because the Slim 2 was released in 2006. The PlayStation 3 was about 2005. I couldn't afford one at the time. But the thing was, 10 years, about 8 years later, still using PS2. So I bought lots of games on the PS2, played the PS2. Then till one day, I got my PS2 stolen. Well, not stolen. I gave it away, but they never gave it back. They never gave it back. I gave it away, they never gave it back. They ruined it. And they said, sorry, your PlayStation 2 is broken. And that was about 3 years after I gave it back. After I gave it to them. So, if you're a PlayStation fanboy, you know that a PlayStation will not last you 10 years, because mine did break, eventually. A PS2. So then the story is, what happened is, 2012, I think it was, 2012, I got my Xbox 360 Connect, and the only reason why I got it is because I got suggested it, and I didn't like it. I didn't think it was good because I was a PlayStation fanboy. I said, no, I'm gonna buy a PS3, because the PS3, I was gonna buy a PS3, and that's what I was gonna go to. I was gonna stick to PlayStation, Sony, gonna buy a PS3. I kept saying no. I got my mum forced me into it, because my dad bought me the PS2. I got forced into getting this 360, an Xbox 360. And then I said, I said it wasn't bad after all, because I looked at the reviews. So, because I heard it was a popular console, and it looks a bit like it. No, it doesn't. It's an Xbox, but I should have bought a PS3. I always thought that. And I always wanted to go back to being a PlayStation fanboy. And I always wanted to like PlayStation again. But after that, I hate PlayStation. And I hate Sony. And I will not go back. Yeah. I don't hate Sony. I have Sony products still. I still like Sony. I still have a PlayStation. I don't have the original, the one I used to have in 2006. I got so I had my Xbox 360 after about 3 years. Then about the same year I got my PS2 given away. I got a Wii as well. And a DS. But I didn't get a PlayStation, because our family forgot about it. There's only half the people in my family still plays PlayStation, still like PlayStation, still always like PlayStation. And I'm born to PlayStation, but for some reason it just made me quit. Anyways, yeah, that's why I don't have PlayStation. I used to be a PlayStation fanboy. Yeah. So it was about PS2, and then after when I got 360, I went to when I went to PS3, got 360. A friend of Uncle Jim's, like someone in his family died, so gave him a PS2, and that was his, so it wasn't good. So I couldn't have it. He couldn't have it. He just used it. Doesn't use it. I don't know. So that's how I got a PS2 again. It was original. And ever since I've had PlayStation, I've always had bad luck. Ever since I've had Sony, I've always had bad luck. Sony and PlayStation in general. That wasn't the first time it broke down, but see, when I gave it to him, it broke down for good. Never went back. Became an Xbox fanboy. And he had an Xbox Classic too. During the time I had the PS2, he had an Xbox Classic, so I knew I was rock and roll into a Xbox fanboy's life. So yeah, I used to have this thing, this controller. I used to play on one of these old things. PS2 analog. That's the only console I will ever have. PS2. It's always a memory console to anyone, to Uncle Jim, to me, because it's too old to really keep anymore. So it's the memory, like Sega, for instance. So yeah. Anyways, then after that, same time we had an Xbox Classic. I'm not going to show you the controller for that because I didn't own one. I'm only going to show the controllers for the consoles I've owned. The TV consoles. I've only owned 3 TV consoles in my life. PS2, Xbox 360. Finally, Xbox One. It was about 3 years later, turned 15, got an Xbox One. Because I wanted to continue on Xbox and I didn't want to stop, so I decided to go Xbox One as well. So, and I'm not gonna buy a PS3. I made up my mind after that. I'm thinking of buying a PS4, but screw that. I'll buy a Wii U. Because I don't like Wii. I don't like Nintendo. Nintendo's not that good. No one buys Wii's. No one buys like Nintendo DS's like they used to. Used to be a really popular console once. Stock market's going down on Nintendo, but I don't care. They're very expensive too. It's even more expensive than an Xbox, but screw it. So, yeah. Anyways, I've had 3 portables since then. A DS. I've always had bad luck with Nintendo as well. Because it broke, and then the first one broke. After that, went to another one. Then after that, I quit Nintendo, and I've quit Nintendo ever since. But I'll go back to Nintendo. I trust Nintendo. Sony, I don't. Well, there's just reasons why I don't trust Sony. I've always liked Sony. I've always been a fanboy with them. I always played against each one other console. But I've got 10 reasons why I don't like Sony anymore. And it's not just my PlayStation that broke. It's my alarm clock, my Sony alarm clock, my Sony boombox even got faulty. So I'm not gonna go back to Sony. Screw Sony. Anyways, yeah, people think Xbox gets stuff wrong. And yes, of course electronics get stuff wrong. It's not they're getting wrong, it's just some electronics get faulty. And even some Xbox products, even Microsoft's, even some Xboxes get faulty. But it's just that I've never had broken Microsoft or broken Xboxes. I've never had the red ring of death either. I've never had issues with them. I've always serviced them. I even serviced Sony PlayStation. They broke after that. They're not good. They're not as good quality. And I don't know why people think they are. They're not. We serviced them a lot of times. After that, They broke. Microsoft, they talk good on the support. Sony, they don't give a. So you might think Bill Spencer, Bill Gates, whoever it was before, they do swear at you guys, they do treat you badly. Microsoft does do that to some people sometimes. They just want money, that's why. And they just sometimes like that. But if you get to know them, they're not really that bad. I know they've said bad stuff to you guys, but don't worry about it. It's just, they get frustrated, okay, with Sony guys. I know Sony has been causing me issues, and Nintendo has too. But I will not go back to Sony. But Nintendo, yes, because you know, guys, Nintendo, I need you still. Like, I support you. PlayStation, I would have, I got to, but for a certain time. But Sony products and PlayStations, they always break on me. The quality, it's not just the quality. I game on them, they don't game. And PS4, they say the PS4 is a more gaming, more powerful console. That's bullshit, really, because I play on Xbox. It feels the same comparison. I've actually compared it too. And PS4, I know it's a powerful console and it feels more powerful, and it's more noisy, okay? You don't like the noise, okay? PlayStations are always more noisy. And people think it's Xbox more noisy, and the more dust in it. They're all noisy. I hear PlayStation more noisy than the Xbox. And people say PlayStation PlayStation's more cheaper, but it is. But it used to be a more expensive console at the time. It used to be. Trust me. So just don't go PlayStation. If you are a PlayStation fanboy, you don't realise this, but if you buy an Xbox and you go start after this, but it's your decision. You just stick to PlayStation. I had to, because I had issues with them, and I'm probably just one of the unlucky people to deal with Sony. And there's probably like a few people out there that are like that, and I'm one of them. So you don't have to deal with this stuff, okay? It's quite annoying. Anyways, let's get to the subject. Like 10, 12, got a Xbox 360, and thought it was good, so I got it, and it was good. The games on it were the same as the ones you get on the PlayStation. So I said, what's no point? So I just played them on the Xbox 360, because you could get the same ones. Not the same. And I wasn't a Halo fanboy anymore at the time. Played Mass Effect instead. Till a few days, I got Halo, because I experienced it on the classic, and yeah, I got it. I got Xbox, I got used to it, and I didn't buy Xbox, I bought lots of products of theirs, and I had to. It's because I make Windows, okay? And Windows, I know you hate Windows too. Everyone hates something, okay? You hate everything if you want. I hate a lot of things. I hate rules even. Just don't say it, okay? Keep it private, okay? I got an Xbox 360, played on this thing. First controller, got another one after that. Because I didn't like the wireless, wasn't used to the wireless, but then after that I got used to it. Yeah, I had a wireless on the PS2. Wasn't used often, and it's because it wasn't. And it took me ages out. Then after that got the Xbox One. And then I was done. Because I'm going to stick to Xbox. At least till they bring out their third console. Because I'm just going to wait for Sony to improve on this stuff. And They might have already because of PS4s and all that, but I just think, what's the point? I know PS4 is so good, I really want to get it, and so good that it should be got for me, and so good, everyone should buy it, and I will buy it. Well, might. Maybe never. Maybe not. I don't know. It's just that, I don't know, it's just that PS4, what's the point really? It's just a PlayStation. PS is not good for me. I've always broken them, I've always got them they're always broken down, and I'm not rough with them, it's just, they break. It's cheap, okay? You might think it's not, because PlayStation is good quality, you might think. Yeah, of course you would. You're a PlayStation fanboy. I know, I get that. I just feel there can be improvements for PlayStation, and there's a lot of feel for more improvements. The camera, for instance, PlayStation camera didn't go as good as a Kinect, and it still hasn't. Even the PS4 is still like a PS3, and still not as good as it should be. And PS2 was a shits, okay? It was like a PS1. It's not that good. So don't go. Xbox is like a Windows. I'm not gonna give up on them. They're awesome. So, anyway, that's all I got to say about it for now. But those are the reasons why I went to Xbox. That's my story on PlayStation versus Xbox. Remember to subscribe, like, favourite, leave a comment down below. Just do it. I don't care, you fanboys. I don't care anything for you fanboys. I will not reply. I used to be a fanboy anyways. I'm not scared of you PlayStation fanboys. I used to be a PlayStation fanboy. I have argued with you guys, and I'll continue arguing with you, and I didn't used to. I used to get along with you PlayStation fanboys. I used to chat with you a lot, but what Sony's giving me, I'm just getting the shits right now. So, Sony, you guys have got to fix it. Microsoft, continue what they're doing. I just got to deal with this issue in my brain right now. See ya, YouTube.